What's up, Darth Andrew? Welcome, everybody. So, I think Brandon's there. Brandon, you there?
I am here.
You're there. There's Brandon.
It kind of went mute for a bit on my end, but I'm back, everybody.
Yeah, man. Brandon finally showed up. So,
Not for lack of trying for the past month.
I got this Heath Ledger style Joker to draw. When I say Heath Ledger, it's not me drawing a photo of fucking Heath Ledger. It's just his kind of Batman. It's got a little bit of his look, but it's a cartoony version, you know? Close enough. I gotta ink this shit. We got a ton of stuff to do. We got a ton of stuff to do. So behind. It's not even funny. Really is not even funny. How behind I actually am. Alrighty, let me grab a... Should have a test sheet of paper around here. You know, paper everywhere, but none I can actually...
Swing it.
Yeah, what is this? Sometimes I scribble shit when I'm fucking super sick and I don't even know what I'm doing. Alright, zoom in.
Hey, Ash and Darth.
So, I was telling Brandon that, one second.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling Brandon that, you know, we've been looking for a house and we found this one I really liked and we put in an offer. It was us and like 3 other people, apparently. We got in first, but it doesn't really matter. And we actually offered the most money, but they
Oh,
went with
wow.
someone else. You know why? Because they didn't want to deal with my VA loan. And these people have American flags all over their shit too, drive the big truck. You know, my wife's just like
Right.
looking at it and she's like, well, I don't get it. Like, but you serve, like, you know, wouldn't they? I'm like, no, people don't care. Like, they say they support the troops, but what they really say is, I support you going over there. Fuck me, I'm not doing it. You
Right.
know? Like, they're not going to be bothered to, you know, they're not going to spit on these dudes when they come back, you know, but,
Right.
you know, when it comes down to just filling out a couple extra pieces of paperwork, like, nah. And she was really not happy about it. And then her friends were like, well, do you need to do the VA loan? She's like, well, what? It's a fucking benefit. Like, I don't understand, you know, like people are like, well, just don't do it, you know? And I'm just like, yeah, well, you know, just now it's a point of pride with her, you know, like fuck these people. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's how it works,
Yeah.
you know? So I just like she thinks for the first time she kind of understood why I don't sign up for a lot of so-called benefits and stuff, you know, or run around fucking with the vet. I don't like. There's no veteran bumper sticker on my car. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no hoorah sublimated. Like the people that flat wave that shit are either guys who've been out for so long. Like sometimes I don't know. That's the only way they're able to identify with anything.
Mm-hmm.
Or you get these people that are like super patriotic, but they would never do shit. Like my mom was one of those people. She did like a year of JR ROTC. You know what that is?
Junior ROTC,
ROTC. Yeah,
basically.
ROTC. So retaining officer training, whatever. I don't know what the fuck it is. So it's just basically like boys club for fucking pretending you're in the military when you're in high school. I looked at her high school photos, man. They all had frozen shit, so it wasn't like anything fucking special. But I'm sure they had like people yelling at them, like you know, you should drop, you know, shit like that. Anyway, she never once signed up though, you know, and it was just like, remember when I came back, my brother had joined the border patrol and he graduated. They had this really cute fake little fucking ceremony. It was cute. Um, but she started making fun of me, dude, and she was like, you know, you only served 4 years. I'm like, you haven't served 4 fucking seconds, you know. And you
Right.
gotta know my mom, like, she was like crazy, right? So she had this giant truck. my grandfather bought that she suckered him into. He's prior Navy. He was a career Navy guy with giant sublimated flags and like a sublimated eagle on the back. It looks like those fucking memes you see for firefighters and shit on Facebook. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
Yeah.
some cursive and shit. And the fallen will never be forgotten. Some bullshit like that. Giant flags hanging off the side and shit. Like they're just sitting there, and I'm like, you're fucking clowning me for only served 4 years. Like, my my adoptive father, she was actually married to
Uh-huh.
back in the day. He was prior Vietnam Navy, and like she didn't do him any favors. And then when they divorced, she ended up getting together with this other guy who was active Army Reserve, served in Vietnam, but at the time in the 80s, he was active Army Reserve. When he went to Desert Storm, she went and cheated on his ass while he was downrange. So it's just like the funniest. I'm like, so I've always like, people that fucking say they're like, we support the troops. I'm just like, then don't send them to war. And
Yeah.
when they fucking have a VA loan, fucking, say, hey, you know what? I'm going to do a solid, you know what I mean? And help this motherfucker. Like, it's not like it's a break in price. We were covering the price. Because, like, sometimes with the VA loan, there's these fees. So we were covering the extra fees so that wouldn't come out their pocket. Plus offering way more. And it was just like, they're like, we don't want to deal with it. So I was just like, fucking whatever, man. I'm not going to cry over spilt milk, but I just told them, like, just understand, like, when I don't want to get involved with people who are, like, super fucking nationalistic, it's because I just doubt their fucking sincerity 1,000 fucking percent. You know what I mean? Like, remember when they caught the Boston Bombers, dude, and everyone's yelling, USA, USA? I'm like, what the fuck is this, Like, like, what did you guys do,
Right.
I don't understand. They were... It's hilarious. Yeah, we're gonna send them off to bullshit wars, Support foreign policy, You support the troops, Rob? I'm like, it would be the funniest fucking thing. I go, no, I don't support the troops.
No, I
You
don't.
know, I'll tell whatever people want to hear. If I think it's gonna anger you and I think you're a dick, I'll just say it. You for genocide? Sure, why not? Fuck it. Since you're already an unreasonable asshole, let's just go down the path of fucking unreasonability. I'm cool with it. Where's my glassine? I fucking just had that shit. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Duh. I mean, whatever. I mean, there's other places. It's just, I rather like this location.
Mm.
So, but whatever. People don't support the troops, man, dude. When I hear shit like healthcare and I'm like, hey, I think every fucking veteran should get, real fucking healthcare for the VA healthcare sucks. I'm like, real fucking healthcare for life. These people would say, you'll hear them go, first it'll go, well, I don't want
Yeah.
to, then you'll hear prior service guys who maybe have like a severe injury will go, well, not every soldier's the same. Some do more time. And I'm like, aha. I mean, in the military, every little bit of fucking anything that can separate you from someone else is something you have over somebody else. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
And it's a world where things are limited, So much like a prison system, if you have any perceived advantage over anyone else, people fucking shout it to high heaven. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, I got this and you don't. Ha ha, It could be time in, it can be rank, it can be, you name it. I mean, like, when I injured my back and I went on profile, it was like guys going around saying who's got the worst who's got the better profile, who gets out of doing the most shit. Well, I got this, I got that, and I got this, and I got that. It's like everything's super fucking competitive. And so when you get into these like, Marines are the best, fuck the Navy, it's just like, I'm like, you guys are in the same fucking, I've never understood this, you know? Like, I don't understand how there's college football teams, and one's the Navy and one's the Air Force, and the branches are going to fight. No, 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 no. I'm like, branches are never going to fight one another unless we're in a civil fucking war. I don't fully get, hmm, you know, you know? It's quite hilarious, man. It's like tribalism at its best, you know? I felt bad for my wife because she's such a kind person, you know. The look on her face just could not fathom this concept, you know.
Right.
I'm like, well, because you have something called honor. You know, you're a good person. That's why I married you. You're not like me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah. You know? All right. Where's my
Is
ink?
that like tracing paper that you use to cover your hands
No,
so it
it's
don't smudge?
glassine. It looks kind of like a cross between tracing paper and wax paper, but it's designed so that it will not smudge. It's designed for pastel work and stuff, so
Uh-huh.
it won't smudge anything underneath. So it's got a glossy side and like a texture side. And you put your hand on the glossy side. It'll pick stuff up, but it won't smudge.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's like
I've
$10
never
for.
seen you use it before.
Yeah, I picked it up the other day. It's just been on my list of shit to fucking deal with, you know.
Mm-hmm.
As I mess more with color pencils, it will smudge. Things don't smudge as much when I'm doing markers or, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not going to help with watercolor. It's not smudging, it's just wet fucking paint. Yeah, you'll see me always doing new shit out of nowhere, you know. Just have a list of things to do, then I eventually get around to doing it.
What kind of pen is that? Is that a quill?
Yeah.
Nice. Is that the India ink, or is that the wind the
This is a
kind of
burnt
ink are you using?
sienna. This is a burnt sienna ink. It's German.
And you wouldn't use that on, like, if you were gonna watercolor something, right? You would use.
Yeah, I have. I've
Oh,
used it plenty of times. What do you think all the Nightwing and Deathstroke, all that stuff was on this?
I haven't seen you use the quill in a while.
Yeah, took a break. But when I do color work, I like the way the in painting, like an opaque painting, oil painting, acrylic painting, they have this thing called like a sienna base. And that's where you do the whole painting monochromatically in burnt sienna. And because it adds a warm, fleshy tone to everything you do. You see Ashley Wood do this a lot. How it has that orange base? That's that
Mm-hmm.
burnt sienna. Then you'll paint over it. You'll see it a lot of times. Like if you look at a painting that has opaque paints, like acrylic or oil, you'll see this like orange hue underneath. And it's kind of like a warm. That's because they did a sienna base. So same basic concept, just with line art. Um, which means I can just add black inks and black, in this case, some color pencil plus black ink. Yeah, like an underpainting. Just keeps certain lines not so in front, and other lines I can pop things forward or make them. You know, it's just seriously, man. It's like a personal taste. You know, personal thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so the last time I was really using it was last con when I did like the gem and all that stuff. But took a break for a while, and then when it came back to adding more color pencil to my work, I just went back to it because I like the way it looks. I tried to get around it by using these red wine Copics, and they have a place, but they don't. This ink has a certain glow to it that I just prefer looking at.
Is this going to be a color commission, or is this?
Yeah, it's full color.
Oh.
I wouldn't do this sienna ink, which is black and white. Like when I did the Deadpool, it's just Copic markers and red ink.
Are you going to ink the hair too, or are you going to do it where you usually you?
I think with the color pencil, it kind of doesn't matter because it's kind of getting outlined anyway. So I'll probably just render it in pencil and then see what happens, you know? So.
What commissions after this Joker?
Jury from Street Fighter 4. They're all laid out, they just have to be inked.
Gotcha. And Streeter says hello.
Hey, what's up? Got my tickets for Dunkirk, dog.
Nice.
Gotta see it in IMAX, I'm telling you. Saw this 10-minute preview in IMAX. I was like, yep, opening day, dog. Yep. Check.
When's that come out?
This weekend.
Oh.
Got my shit for Saturday night.
Can you pick your seats at that one you go to?
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't take the fucking middle rows, man. You want to know what I take?
Back top middle.
Back top, and this one has a big break in the middle in the top row. So in the center, it actually juts out, so you're not next to anybody. You're just next to a wall.
Uh-huh.
So I get those two inside seats there. If it didn't have that, it would be the two outside seats. So no one's walking over me.
All right.
Still plenty of ducking room in case anyone comes in the theater fucking blazing,
Right.
you know. Did you watch the Power Ranger movie yet?
I have not. I haven't. Even though I haven't been doing art. I haven't had time to. I'll wait till it comes out on Netflix or something like that.
Someone was asking last week, they're like, has Brandon seen Transformers? I'm like, nope. He's like, that must really suck if he's not going to see it. I'm like, ooh, that's true. They know you can be suckered in with the fandom, is what it is.
Right.
But that's the power of Transformers 4. It was so bad, even you learned your lesson. Would you mute your mic?
Yeah. Sorry, I was a little sneeze. Some sneezes. Figured nobody wants to hear that. Ash said the girl that played Kimberly in the Power Rangers movie was cast for Jasmine in the new Aladdin live-action movie.
You mean the new one, not the original. Naomi Scott. I don't care. I don't care about it's not my thing. I like the cartoons. That's about the end of it. And even then, I'm not a big Disney cartoon guy, man.
Right.
I have The Lion King, which is definitely a rip-off of an anime called Kimba the White Lion King. But okay. But I have it in 3D, and they did this really cool conversion that's pretty dope. But I'm not. I like when I go to Disneyland. It's for the. You've been there with me. It's because I enjoy the construction and
Right.
the making things interactive. I think is pretty impressive. But I'm not like fucking Disney. I'm not like. I grew up with Robotech and shit. When I was a kid, I liked Danger Mouse more than Mickey Mouse. Danger Mouse. Danger Mouse. I just never understood how, like, even when I was in college, my teacher, who was the next Disney guy, was like, he'd clown anime for being limited animation. And I'm like watching these crazy fight scenes. I'm like, you could never fucking do this, Like,
Yeah.
you know? Like, I mean,
2 questions here. Streeter asked who you're drawing, which is it's a Joker based off, Heath Ledger's Joker.
yeah.
And Ash said, "What's the anime called that Lion King rips off?"
Kimba the White Lion King. Kimba the White Lion. Oh, believe me, it's 100%. And I think actually what it is not so much that it rips it off. I think they bought the rights and they refuse to admit it. Like, because Roy Disney's even had emails talking about it, And the
Mm-hmm.
creator, Matt Suzuki, can't remember his name, the creator, because it was a huge fucking anime slash manga in Japan. Miyamoto was even working on a game once for it for Nintendo 64. There's a demo. You can look it up. The creator of them never sued Disney. They refused to
Okay.
comment. And I'm like, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it was released in Japan. Lion King was released in Japan. So it's not like. So my guess is they bought the rights and then adapted it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it, dude, the main character, he has a toucan, dude. His uncle has it's not Scar, it's like something else, but it looks just like, bro, it's the same fucking movie. Like, it's not even, it's not even questionable, you know? Yeah, Record of Lodos War, dude, was the fucking shit. And the Hakenden and, fucking all that cool shit.
Man.
So it wasn't my thing. Disney cartoons. I mean, I'll put them on when I was a kid. I was more into like DuckTales. That was kind of more my thing. But
Ash says, I grew up on Disney, but I caught my first solid taste of anime on Sci-Fi Channel when they used to play anime on Saturday mornings. It was an episode of Record of Lotus Wars. Lotus War.
yeah, they used to do Lotus War, Vampire Hunter D, Tank Police,
I think
Robot Carnival.
I could be wrong, but I think the first two animes I watched were, and I don't know how much anime. Well, Ronin Warriors and Evangelion. So those are probably the the first two I can remember where I was like, this is different. This isn't like my cartoons I've seen before. And I'm like, oh, giant Evangelion had the giant skinny robots, which I thought were cool.
You see, my first taste was like Voltron, Robotech, and what was that fucking thing? Star Blazers, G-Force, whatever that was.
Oh yeah, Battle of the Planets.
Yeah, wasn't quite my thing, but
Okay, Suture asks, which I can answer this, but Rob, did you print out, copy the red line art, and now ink it on good paper? I have a digital sketch which I'd like to ink on paper and wondering how I should do the workflow somehow. Okay, so yeah, what Rob does is he'll do it digitally, a rough, and then he'll print it out on very low opacity, and then that's when he'll draw over and also ink over it. Which
yeah, I finished the drawing. So that's really the rough, sort of solid sketch, and then I finish it up with pencil and ink. So I'm not tracing exact lines. It's just like a lot of these grenades or this duffel bag is just a silhouette, just a solid piece of blotch. Like the Joker mask down here, it's just easier to blotch it in, add a little construction line in white, and then when I go to draw it, it's all there.
yeah.
So I'm not spending any more time in the computer than I need to.
Any tips for Streeter on this?
I don't know. I don't know. Where's my fucking? Where's my ruler? I don't have one, but I have this. This should work. Um, just got to develop a workflow and try to keep it consistent across, as much as possible, across multiple media. So this process is pretty consistent across whether I'm doing watercolor or marker or anything else, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I try to keep it all. And the only time I have to deviate from course is when I'm like on the road. So like the commissions you saw me do at Con, I was drawing um, little thumbnails at the size of a sketch card
Uh-huh.
of the basic figure, and then I would project it down onto paper using my phone and trace that basic sketch over and then draw and do this. Now this is using that different ink, but that's just because, you know,
Right.
I don't have this luxury on the road.
Ash asks, would you consider the G1 Transformers anime, or would that just
It
be?
was animated in Japan, but no, there are Japanese Transformers. Like the Beast Wars was actually animated in Japan, 2D.
Huh.
It has a crazy theme song, "Let Love Be Love." It's like love, let love. Like it's the craziest fight. There's like giraffes and shit. So they took a lot of the storylines and then did their own shitty CGI. But the Beast Wars in Japan was actually 2D animated. And it looks a lot better too, by the way. Um, but I mean, sort of, you know. Like Robotech is three different fucking animes cobbled together with new dialogue. And Voltron was the same thing. It was an anime that was re-edited and they retweaked the fucking storyline. So I prefer the original. It's King. What's that? Go Lion, King Beast, King of Beasts, Go Lion. The Voltron theme song is way better than the theme song that they had in Japan, but the story, the original story, is
Mm-hmm.
way better than the American shit. It's dark as fuck too. It's darker than that new Netflix cartoon, man. I saw the Netflix cartoon. I was like, they really should have just gone back to the it's chicken shit compared to. It was it's crazy. What do you do with your phone? Snap the doodle and zoom in. Yeah, I have a program called Lucidia. Allows you to basically frame any art, and then you can lock it in position and zoom in. I'll make a tutorial about it someday, you know. But I only
Yeah.
use it when I'm on the road or when I need to put line art on a sketch cover. The thing is, I need someone to actually watch me doing it. You know what I mean? So I won't make a video at least until we move to the new place because I need to have a good proper setup for that. Because I don't have to have my wife, or maybe when we hang out, Brandon, I'll have you record it or something, you know?
Yeah.
Um, every time I hand her the phone to record something, she's like, oh, and I'm like, oh, God.
Right. What is this sorcery?
Like once a year, I might need her to take a reference photo of me, you know? Like when I really can't get something down, I'm like, fuck it, I'll just hold the fucking toy gun and, or whatever, you know what I mean? Like just
Right.
take this and she, I always look at it, I'm like, what were you looking at? Like, it's like nowhere near. Am I moving in? Yeah, well, we're looking for an actual house to own. Right now we rent. So we rented for a year and our lease is coming out, so right now we're looking to actually own a place. Mm. Believe me, it's the last thing I want to do is pack up my room and move it, but, you know,
Again.
again, but, you know, we're in a good area and it's the only way to protect yourself from rent increases every year, you know. It's annoying. Got this feathering, but I can fix it when I get to the color pencil or the inks. I'll just put a black line over it.
Excuse me.
No, you lock it in with the AR Lucidia. It's Camera Lucidia or AR Lucidia, depending on your Google or Android. Same fucking program. Select an image, take one, and then you frame how you want it, and then you lock it in, and then you can just zoom in and it'll never move the image. So
It's really neat.
it's like $3 or something. It's worth it. But with sketch covers, it's like invaluable because you can't light board on those fucking things.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Let me see here. Get the fucking mask done next.
Oh shit, it's 12:40.
That's what I said. And you're late.
Just one of those fucking days. And yeah, I'll show you tomorrow. All right, yeah, I'm gonna get ready for bed. Um, Tomorrow I have volleyball, but as soon as I get home and stuff, I'll hop on. It'll be earlier than today, but today I just had the problems and had to install the Cintiq. But
Mm-hmm.
all right, hit me up tomorrow during the day if you want.
Yep.
Um, Night Ash, long day. Night Ash, Night Darth, Streecher, everybody. Thanks for listening to me. All right, night, Rob.
Later. Yeah, I'm here. This character is free. No, this was commission I took for Vegas Con online commissions. They would have been done by now, but I got sick. So. Ah, thanks. No, I've used it plenty of times. All the Nightwing, Deathstroke, Batgirl, Batman Beyond, uh, Mass Effects are all with the quill. It's about equal to the .03. The issue isn't the quality. The issue is the ink. So I've gone back and forth with using it for Copics. Um, Generally, what I do is just print out a copy and tint the lines. Um, but I don't have a lot of it. It's just going to eat up more time than I need. So I tend to save this ink since it's colored for the watercolors. Um, but no time for that. It's messier. But Oh, sorry, guys. Let's see. All right, everybody. I will actually have to ink this tomorrow because I have to get to work on some freelance that's due. So I'm going to try and log on early tomorrow, get this done a little quickly. Probably take me about another hour just to kind of get the black set up. But it's 2:30, so I got another 4 hours or so before I have to get back to it. So there we go. 90 minutes. Pretty easy character. We'll continue this tomorrow. Peace, everybody.